what's happening here. Will there be any chance for Carlsen to play for a win? Obviously, this is what he wants to do.
But as you said, it's an interesting way of playing for a win. Going for this very solid opening where you're slightly worse as black. But maybe what he wants is to invite Jan overpush.
Right. But once again, you can overpush in some sharp position, but how do you overpush in something like that? Do you just swap everything on e-file, you have a majority on the king side, on the queen side, black's majority on the king side is not doing much, and then you either break through and win, or you do not, and it's a draw.
Yes, I'm also puzzled by this opening choice, but I'm trying to figure out what Magnus has on his mind, because obviously I think he needs to keep some kind of a complex position on the board and have a chance at least, even if it's just a slight hope, but to try to win.
Yeah, to have a chance, to have a shot for a championship. Knight d6, so the knight goes to e7 and d5, I assume. Maybe that's what he wants to do. Let's say if white takes, goes rook e1, he will... Can he, though? I thought to keep a rook will be a good idea, but then he might not be able to play knight e7 after queen e2. I'm not sure if it's all that clever. Because if you... Knight e7, for instance, white will eat this knight after king f8, and knight d5 next, white just exchanges everything. Black cannot win this one. No way. So once again, this is my pensioner's approach. I want to exchange everything on e8. Maybe not.
You say pensioner, and I'm sure that your birthday today doesn't mean a huge number of ages that is...
No, I only just retired from competitive chess. I play from time to time, but yeah, whenever I play, I want to swap as many guys as possible. Not to make a draw, but just to have less on the board. The more you exchange, the less you blunder. Something like this. And I'm of course kidding. a4. So as I said, he doesn't want to exchange everything. He wants to play, if it's possible, to play for a win, because h5 and g4, this is what he wants. And
it's going to be very sharp. Finally, from a very solid opening, we will see a clash of plans there. That's why trying to win on the queen side and black attacking on the king side.
Can white win a pawn like this?
Yes,
no,
he can't.
H5,
No, he can't. But
knight h2
Jan doesn't allow anything going on the king side. He plays knight h2.
Does it really stop black?
Oh, you can still go h5.
You can do things. You can take h2, which is probably not the brightest idea, but anyway, you have a very nice knight on d5, which, yeah, bishop takes h2.
King takes.
So at least some positional ground, let's say.
Well, actually, I started to like black. Not that I like my pawn on g5. I would prefer to put it back, because I have this knight on d5. And
I'm not sure, maybe it's not a bad thing. Well, you know what? Rook e6 in order to double on an e-file or unpin. Sorry, undouble the pawns. Yes, but there is a problem that white is in time to play rook e1 and take the file.
No, so he can't.
Therefore, I'm thinking, is it possible?
King g7.
King g7. So when you don't know what to do, you make a useful move, right? So king g7 ensures there will be no check on the back rank, and king g1 not to run under queen c7 somewhere. And now he takes only one. And then he will probably take the b file next. So rook takes, I expect. What's the point of taking?
And rook d8 immediately played by Magnus Carlsen.
So there is something, I must say. There is something that black can hope. I mean, now if white will be hovering around, then black can play h6 and move the f pawn forward, like f5 and f4. Because you have a double pawn, so you want to move it forward. So if white reacts to it in some way, then you exchange and you undouble the pawns. Queen went back to d3, covering the fresh squares, possibly planning rook b1.
But now
we have a game. Absolutely. Rook b2, rook a2. Can this be played? Rook b2 played. So after rook b1, I expect him to go rook a2, not to exchange rooks. I'm starting to wonder if Jan is not very happy with how it all went.
I think he's not.
Yeah, because no direct threats against opponent's king. Somehow Magnus is pissed.
The World Chess Championship match, Nepomniatchi carlsen. All we care about is this game, but let's see. Yeah, you're right, there are more games. I thought also like, okay, this is the only thing to care about.
The result perhaps, positions, something.
Well, Dominguez is, I think that he's fine against Magnus and Ivanchuk. It's really interesting with both knights on d5 and d4 and those outposts.
Grishuk for a second.
Vasyl Grishuk is really interesting too.
Right, so I don't know what do we do. Let's try to browse between the games, because yeah, this is of course the central court, but let's from time to time switch to something else.
Vasyl Grishuk.
So Vasyl, yes, of course that's the main intrigue. That's the main intrigue. Look, now everything is active for Magnus Carlsen. Rook on a2, queen on b2. Knight jumps to f4. Is he winning? I'm still not sure.
I think I might have seen Korbov standing up.
Korbov. He played against Melkomir.
Yeah, let's just see. I will see if there's a result.
Check the result.
For now, yeah, I think we should keep an eye on, keep on focusing on the Nepomniatchi Carlsen clash. This can decide the title.
Well, if Nepo wins, it's practically decided the title. If Magnus wins, on the contrary, nothing will be clear, because it will be at least 3 players on 10 points. So imagine Magnus wins, it's Mamedyarov on 10, Carlsen on 10, Nepo on 10, Grishuk, if he wins once again, on 10 points. Yeah, it's a huge. Queen a6. Going for the pawns, leaving the king alone.
I would be quite afraid of those black pieces in the second rank and the knight on f4, but probably Nepomniatchi has it all under control.
I think this is the important line. Takes and queen to c8. Rook g8, rook h8. How do you prevent this? Or maybe you do. By the way, you go knight g6 and it's only one check, right? But in this case, white can take c6. It looks suspicious for Nepo,
It's always attacking whose king. It's not clear whose king is weaker.
Yeah, you're right on the other hand. Why I was playing queen c8, I'm not sure. Queen a6 is played with the idea to grab the pawn on c6. That's the primary goal. And it seems there is no way for Magnus to protect this pawn, if we are honest. Hang on, what is this? Knight e2 check.
Oh, and then you have knight g3 check. I mean, king f1, knight g3. You can make a draw.
Yes, you can make a draw. I'm not sure if he's looking for a draw.
I just thought it's good to mention that he has, in worst case, a draw.
No, but after knight e2 as well, white can play something like...
No, definitely. I was just happy about this, but no, this is not knight e2.
Queen d4 played, and queen c8 quickly. Knight to g6, and now he's going to take. Now he's going to take the pawn, and I just come to realize that after rook c2, he will probably have to give it back on c5. Queen c6 taken. So, let's move to Magnus. Is it rook c2 or something else? A pin on the first rank looks possible. Yeah, maybe we just pin the bishop. Knight f4 doesn't really... Knight h4, knight... Oh, and I'm looking for some ways to attack. No, g2 is protected. It doesn't make sense. Rook a1. Yes, threatening knight e5, so the bishop will fall. Jan is in trouble, that I must say. How do you unpin? Do you unpin at all?
No.
Not clear, right? It's not clear. 7 mate, and what's interesting, Nepo is certainly in trouble, but he keeps playing very, very fast.
Always.
Yeah, it feels like always he's playing very fast. Any results in
Oh,
some
yeah,
of the
sorry.
games? Just results. That's
no,
informal.
not yet. And in the women's tournament neither. It's still complex position, so I think
So
he should stay
Muzichuk
here.
made a draw, and that's it, right? So who will win the medal? We still don't know. So we stay here, Queen d4, and after Queen c6, Rook a1, threatening knight e5. Queen e4. Now, after this, there will be no danger for the bishop, but black wins the pawn. a5 is hanging, knight e5 is on the way. No, but black will have very serious chance. So a better move is needed. And what's the better move? Not sure. Can I play
Queen d6.
this? And then black is playing Queen c3, I guess. Attacking this guy. I'll have to go King f1, and then what?
Once again, in worst case, black has draw, but I think he is playing for a win.
No, he's certainly
He
playing for a
is-
win. Right. And then it will all depend that after knight e5, and e1 is hanging.
Queen
Queen e4
e4
played, by the way. Queen e4 played, so he found those threats against e1 bishop to be too dangerous.
Pawn is taken on c5, now
Pawn is
a4,
taken on c5,
a5 pawn still
so
hanging.
Magnus is a pawn up, and good practical chances to convert against Jan Nepomniatchi. So now it's time to bring the knight in, or first he can give a check on c7, which will provoke white to play g2, g3, because you can't go to first rank,
And then the pawn is
Queen a5. So Queen c7 will provoke g3. I don't know if it's needed. I'm not sure if it's
Plays
needed.
h5.
He plays h5.
And he wants to go h4.
h4 and then give this check, right?
Yes, or check and h4, but I really like that he
No, that's a
goes
nice
for
move.
this attack.
That's a nice move. Yes, Jan is indeed in trouble.
Wow,
Wow.
such a solid opening. We see this position.
And remember our mistake, we tend to make a lot of mistakes, but one was really serious. When we thought Carlsen did it, was a draw, and we declared, no, this guy will not win this championship this
But
year.
because the
And
result is
after that,
wrong.
yeah, but after that, he keeps winning, and now he
Yes.
has a very good
Yeah, this
chance.
is a
And
winning
it will be
streak.
all, you know, if he wins, it will be all square going to the last round, in
Yes.
which, by the way, he will have the white pieces. That's amazing.
Oh, Magnus has won his last two games, so he lost to Korobov in the first
yeah.
game of today, but then he won against Vidit and then against Ryazantsev, and he is now having a good chance against the leader, Nepomniatchi.
How painful it will be for Magnus to win it all till the end and then to lose in tiebreak. It's still better
anyway,
to clash for the first place. Yeah, but it's just speculation. h5, and now Jan really starts to think, but it's, yeah, you can really guess he doesn't like his position, so pawn down and not much he can do. Queen e3 offers queen's exchange. I'd go with this perhaps. Not
And
sure.
then h4.
So probably Queen c7, and my plan was to, hang on.
Queen c7, Queen d3, and you want to go
I wanted to go
f4.
knight f4, yes.
Threatening
Knight-
h4.
threatening h4.
That's serious.
But I'm not sure as always, because
H4
there is
for
h4
white.
for white. And what do I do? Yeah, just kind of self-pin myself with the pawn on a7, but the rook is
No, the
hanging
rook
on
is
e8.
always hanging. I think you should move this rook away from e8.
Shouldn't you play bishop c3 over there? Wait, what's that?
Oh.
Bishop c3.
No, but
All
if
of a sudden
it's-
bishop gets active.
Yeah, because rook a3, bishop takes f6 you have. No, but the rook will be hanging on e8.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to calculate, because, yeah, rook a3, pinning the bishop. There can be any tactics seemingly, but bishop f6 is there, right? And then you take with the
Yes,
king
but
all of
the
a sudden.
e8 rook is hanging.
But are you sure you take with the king? Because it's a
Ah.
check over there, king f5 and g4.
I'm getting
right.
mated.
So that's the problem. That's the problem. So
Oh.
it seems like bishop
Just
c3 might be
c3.
possible. But there is one more idea for black. No, this is not an idea. I mean, it is,
Why
in
not?
fact. It's
Why
a
not?
check, queen g3,
Oh, he
bishop
goes for
c3.
it,
Now
he goes for it.
we will see. Yeah, so Magnus can blunder by playing rook a3.
That's a great
Full move.
idea.
It's not a full move. So Magnus went for rook a4. And what Nepo does, he didn't play a move yet.
What's wrong with knight f4?
I'm still puzzled. Yeah, you might just, this knight protects the king, and you think, okay, so,
But
not
it
to touch
protects better from f4.
In fact, it does. Yeah, in fact, it does. So one more time. Maybe that's the problem. Queen g3.
Oh.
g5 is hanging. The rook is
Okay.
hanging. Yeah, okay. So
That's the
let's not
reason.
criticize.
No, but the rook,
Yeah,
both rooks are
there is
hanging.
no. The rook on e8 is hanging. This
Yeah.
I kind of forgot.
Uh,
Rook a5, right?
yes,
Rook a5.
yes.
That's interesting. That's interesting. Protecting g5, right?
I think this is fine, but let's see
let's
what's
go back
happening in
again.
the game because
Here
it's going
and
very
then
quick.
f3.
It's 2.5 minutes for Jan Nepomniatchi and 3 for Magnus Carlsen.
So now he can play h4 if he wants. Now he can come up with. No, queen c7 is too late because now white can play king g1 safely. Still, I don't like. No, I mean, if white manages to keep the bishop active on the long diagonal, well, it hits this target on f6. It's not that easy for black.
I feel like this knight f4 was winning, but probably we are missing something, and the engines will, of course, immediately say
Rook
whether we are
a2.
wrong or right.
So rook a4, provoking f3, then coming back to a2. One more time, he wants knight f4. All white pieces are hanging. Bishop on c3, rook on a8. It might be still that.
Then maybe
white
this
is
is more
winning.
precise, but knight f4 was
I
so...
don't know if if Jan was forced to play f2, f3. That's I'm not sure.
No, actually, I think not.
I mean, knight f4 was kind of forcing.
That's very
No,
forcing.
That's very forcing move indeed.
Okay, after the game we will know whether we were
rook a2,
right
king
or
h1
completely
was
wrong.
played. King h1 was played. Now something like queen b5 or queen c4 heading to f1 might be very dangerous. That's why I'm playing this. I mean, to keep something under attack. White, does that win? No, it's queen f1, queen g1. It's not such a huge threat, like queen f1. You always have to consider knight jump, of course, like knight f4.
Yes, well, knight f4 now.
Tense situation on board 1. What a tense situation.
And this might be the title game.
I don't believe it, really.
You don't believe what?
I mean, it will, of course, have an influence on the title, but the title will not be defined. I don't believe Nepomniatchi can win this on all the other results.
No, I don't think he can win. I think that Magnus can win.
So
and
now you
that
think
will
that
spoil
rook
Nepomniachtchi's
c2.
tournament a bit, not completely.
Targeting the bishop, and this might be a winning move, by the way. Now I realize. If he has to go, yeah, and he went back to e1, but now you can feel
Queen b5 now.
queen b5 now, threatening queen f1. Knight will go to f4. It's well,
look
white
at
is falling apart.
pieces, you know,
It looks like white is falling apart.
Completely. Wow.
And also the rook
Yeah,
is
Nepomniachtchi.
constantly hanging on e8. But look.
No, everything is pinned, everything is hanging.
Okay, how do you beat me after this? Okay, that's an easy question apparently, but just to move the rook. So check here, I still have queen g1. I give no doubt black is winning, probably after this as well.
But this is not necessary to
wins the
see
second pawn. Maybe Magnus wouldn't mind it. No, he doesn't win the second pawn. And this is, by the way, how you not win this position. You go for some ending, you think, okay, now this one I will win.
There's no reason to exchange
Yeah, of
queens.
course. Black has a, what I would call a serious attack.
Why not knight f4 immediately?
Knight f4 immediately,
Look
right.
at him. He cannot believe that he
Bishop
spoiled
to
this
g3.
game. Well, prevents knight f4.
Once again, he wants to, say, to activate the bishop, but this gives black a chance to grab another pawn.
Yes.
Or to play
Also,
h4
a4,
first.
where do you go? You have to play...
Bishop d6, I thought.
That's the only move.
But not a bad move, perhaps.
I don't know, it feels like it could be hanging.
The bishop.
Yes, somehow.
Now there is no doubt black is winning, I'm
Definitely.
sure.
The question is how exactly, but for sure Magnus will find it. I just can't believe that Nepo has something here. What has...
Bishop h2.
What is that?
The square we missed completely.
Oh, I thought this is just so bad that you wouldn't place it there. Your king wants to go to h2.
Queen b1 check. Quickly, bishop to g1.
No, this defense
and queen
doesn't
to
feel
f1.
right. I thought this is
and
over. Magnus carlsen.
it's
Nepomniatchi.
huge.